in my first video, this is the second video talking about the console wars from a hardcore gamers perspective, like me and John, as far as the um, hardcore in this house, pretty much. The Joe's only casual hardcore, but anyways. Starting over this video, this is the second video that's talking about the console wars. Here we go, here we go. So like I said, they're charging $700 for this PS5 Pro, but the funny thing about it is discless. And I told Joe this. The physical bid went away as of July 30th, which was over a month and a half ago. Physical mid is gone. Xbox 360 store just shut down on the 29th, but anyways, no type of fun on time, but anyways. The golden era, the real era was the PS4 era, in my opinion, per se. Because they had all the PlayStation Plus hits, all the PlayStation Plus exclusives, all the games of the year, the deluxe edition, the games of the year, the games of the generation, the games of the decade edition, and the collector's editions, if you don't go beyond the deluxe, that's the ultimate editions, but anyways. I know on Mr. Boomstick's podcast, I want you about to watch after I eat dinner out because of his podcast is at 7, obviously. Most I'll be playing on Microsoft as well, but don't worry because I had PS4 back soon. Let's be patient. But anyways, from a hardcore gamer's perspective, I know Joe's going to say the console sounds. 42, because again, I got the Xbox TV, so I have two consoles though, because PS4, once I get that back, hopefully by November. Probably before Black Friday, the first week of Black Friday, but anyways. Like I said, I told you what was going on with Sony. Sony had all these layoffs. They lost $500 million, man. All these layoffs, all these studios, well, not all the studios, some of the studios shut down. To the point I've been sticking to the S Mobile retros, shoot 'em ups and indies. Cause I told my Uncle John about the S Mobile. Those again, I got the platinums in S Mobile, the retros and the indies, and also UFO interactive games and the other 15, the other 7, the other 8. I played more than half the studios. I played obviously with retro studios. The rest of them are longer games. But anyways, like I said, you gotta stop relying on me and John always want to kind of get in these games. You need to get them yourself. Cause like I said in the first one, I'll say again in my next. Like I said in my first video, you can point about me and John being story dominant in games and finishing games with efficiency, and being dominant in games that are way ahead of your time. Games are not your cup of tea, you know. But like I said, they don't have the first parties. Microsoft owns them now. Now Square Enix is going to be on Microsoft. All the Final Fantasy, including the Pistol remasters. They always might play those, but anyways. And might be able to play the retros and the indies and the shooters free of charge and wait for Tekken 8 to be part of the game so I can finish that storyline. But anyways. Um, like I said, if I get PS4 back, we need to talk to Joe about this right now. Because me and John been on to have multiple consoles. John has, I think he has 8 consoles, 10 consoles, almost 10 consoles. I only will have 2. That was because when I got the second console, which was PS4, that was in my budget, frugal price. But anyways, I told Joe what was going on with Sony. Sony is in trouble. They're in turmoil right now. Jim Ryan's been gone for almost 6 months, going on 7 months now, and it won't be his 1 year anniversary of his retirement until March 29, 2025. When he retired, forced him into retirement. Because they gave him the choice to retire, to resign, or get fired. But anyways, I told you don't got the first part. I know Joe's going to blame me and John because Microsoft inflation prices went up for Game Pass. All the PlayStation games, or the fanboys per se, would blame me and John for as Microsoft and Apple and Sony, if you know what memories, I would blame Microsoft and Android because honestly they have all the first party, the second party, and third party, and retro and indie games. I was ready to shoot them out and the beat them out. But anyways, they gonna blame the price of the PS5 Pro. I said, well, Microsoft's console Series X Project Franklin, that's gonna be $500 to start, and then the 4 terabyte for the other cylinder console, that's gonna be $700 as well. So it's a draw game on that. So you can't even use that as ammunition either, Joseph, as well. And then the 2 terabyte, that's gonna be $600 if John decides to get that Series S 2 terabyte. That's only if he gets it, obviously. That's only if. And then the Series S all digital, that's coming out. Um, um, that's going to be $399 for that Series S X all digital white console, and that Series S white console that's 1 TB. That's going to be $299 as well. Um, so like I said, they don't got the Microsoft don't have. I mean, Microsoft has the first parties. Sony doesn't. Hayden Hurst, our Asian CEO that's working with the two Asian CEOs that Tanaki hired, a CFO hired, are stuck right now because they're porting most of the games to PC. And I told you this from the beginning. And so they said, "How you all this stuff?" Because I got all this reliable sources. Dirk Griggity, that's one of my sources. Mr. Boomstick XL. Also follow them on Spotify as well. TDS podcast. I also follow Dirk Griggity, Xbox Frontline, all the Xbox sources, all the PlayStation sources, even the content we had the games for the month when they had anybody that has push and push premium extra. But anyways, this year's membership is September. Well, no, not the year for the membership, but this month for the month of September for the push and push game. Other than the wild card football game for extra and premium, it sucks. That's the only game that a lot of people work at. That's the football game. But anyways, all the other ones are in between. But anyways, like I said, when you talk to Cousin Ken about this right now, from a hardcore gamer perspective, like me and John, know me and John gonna have a PS4 back soon enough, so we can get back to platinum games, pretty much continue where I left off, pretty much. Anyways, like I said, Sony don't have the first parties, and I told you this. Jim Ryan's been gone. I saw the console war, the showcase 3 months ago. Me and John, at least already saw that already. And like Santi said, I'll say what she said again, because you know you was playing with her in Call of Duty most recently. If it wasn't for Kyle, John, Lisa, me, and your spouse as far as getting those games, you would never got all those games in the first. You'd have been down to nothing other than Naruto and Madden. And even with Storm 5, like I said, the leak for Storm 5 has already been leaked out, but that's not out until 2025 and 2026 as well. Storm 5. I told you they was making Storm 5. Mike was listening to me. And they was making the Naruto Real Life movies too as well. And they're basing it off the Storm games. Nostalgia factor, like John said. Then you'll realize we're in a new era now. We're not in the previous era anymore where in the eras that defy getting jobs. I'll talk about that too as well. We're not in the era where we just grab jobs easy and they're able to respond easy, you know? So I've been applying the work too as well. It's just been hard because a lot of people are not responding or they're not interested. I told I applied to FedEx, also applied to UPS, and even applied to Target. And I haven't gotten a response from them since, obviously. If you hear this in the background of my video, pretty much. It's been hard. We need to talk about the console wars and the work industry because everything's changing now. Most of the work buildings are starting to shut down. Even some of the gaming stores are starting to shut down too as well. But anyways, get to the console wars topic, and I'll talk about that, the job industry as a whole in the next video, and the console wars in the next 2 videos. But anyways, um, they don't have the first parties. And when I saw this, the case, obviously Jim Ryan was lying too much, and his people that he was working with, and so was lying too much. So like I said, it's not looking good for Sony right now. Sony's in turmoil. We need to talk to Cousin Ken about this right now, because this is not fair. Not just in the gaming industry, but also in the work industry. Because the work industry and the game industry is changing as we know it. Some work buildings might shut down. So a lot of people are going to be working at home, possibly. But anyways, like I said, we need to talk to you about this because the work industry is changing, the gaming industry is changing. We'll talk about the console wars in the next video, and the job wars and the sport wars in the next few videos. But anyways, I'll probably make several videos today. But anyways, been making them daily. Been trying my best to make them every day. But anyways, this is my second video today, obviously. But as a hardcore gamer, obviously, truly hardcore gamer, and extreme hardcore gamer like John, obviously, we get the games for. I know what Joe's gonna say the Xbox tax is real. I said, it's not. Tell it does this, but it don't exist. Because otherwise, John would have been buying all those games on Microsoft. He would never got Microsoft if he had to pay for all those games, pretty much. So, like I said, we need to talk about this because The game industry is changing. The work industry is changing as a whole. Like I said, so they had the first parties. They inflated their prices for the consoles now. The $700 for that discless PS5, and also the disc version of that PS5 or the disc and the discless version. But anyways, to point, I wouldn't be surprised why people count me getting. I wouldn't be surprised if they get anybody gets Nintendo Switch now, because that's the one that's more reasonable price wise, especially for a frugal price. But anyways, count me too if I do get into something. I'm debating on it. I'm debating if I get the PS4 until I'm debating if I get either console or the second console. Because I'm debating because one's more cheaper than the other one's expensive. Especially the new one that I can't afford. But anyways, if I get PS4 back or Nintendo, whatever one I get, my last console still right for Sony regardless. So be patient, guys. Be patient, guys. Then I'll probably do a video showing you what console I got too as well. The second console, either the PS4 or the Nintendo. I'm still debating on that. Still debating. But anyways, we told Joseph the game industry is changing. I told him this.
I am pushing my gay agenda.
I told him this. Heroine is gone. Almost 6 months, going on 7 months now. They don't have the first parties. They don't have enough IP. They're always thinking about the movies because the movie defied the games itself. The nostalgia factor. From a hardcore games perspective, true hardcore games perspective like me, and extreme hardcore perspective like John, obviously, we know how to finish games. We know how to put the hours into them. Because no Joe's going to say Naruto is the greatest game ever. And also, man, it's the greatest game ever. I said, you can't say it if you don't play the other 37 studios. You only play 6 studios, man. John's played 30 of the 37 studios. I played 15 of those 37. That's more than 40%. John's played 30. That's almost 80, almost 90% of those studios he's played all but the first person. He don't play Call of Duty like that. But anyways, you don't play 6 of that's less than 20%. So you're not truly hardcore. That's casually hardcore. The game is dead or alive. Heaven and hell that way. And you rage quit too much, even in Naruto, to even get to where you are points wise. You gotta stop doing that. You have to respect those players. The players are more better than you. You talking about that game? And that Naruto game's been out since I was 5 years old. And you're playing better as a player. You're playing players and better players in Naruto worldwide. In Naruto, you're playing all players from all cities, including the countries, including Europe, South Africa, Egypt, China, Japan. You playing all the great players from every city that I know about that I'm mixed with, pretty much counting Egyptian and Native American. But anyways, you're playing all these different races from different cities. You even playing Brazil. You even playing Brazilian players. You're playing all these players. Well, you can't expect the win against them because they're more superior. They know how to pick you apart. Even when your gameplay is good in Naruto, they know how to pick you apart. Trust me, I've seen great players in Naruto worldwide play people from all cities worldwide to the point that they will win or lose. And even if they lose, they don't rage quit. And the reason why Joseph had 10,000 points because you don't want to respect those players because the players are better than them. And you have to respect that. That's what I want to counter. You can't say you're on the level of that player if you keep rage quitting or backing out or going to the game menu all the time. That doesn't work that way, man. That's the whole point of competition. That's the whole point of training, as they say. But like I said, get back to the topic at hand. But anyways, like I said, Sony doesn't have the first parties. Microsoft does. They have every game all them games are gonna be free soon. Including the games I was playing, the racing games that I was playing as well. And I'll be able to play those with greater advantages on PS4 because I got the game free part of my PlayStation Plus membership when I had the PlayStation Plus membership. Anyways, like I said, Sony has no games coming out this year other than the retros and the indies, the shoot 'em ups, the beat 'em ups, the fighting games, and the free to plays. And these free to plays are killing the game industry as far as Sony is concerned, because a lot of the new games most recent games in the new games. Excuse me, I brought that one. A lot of the new games, the most recent games, are becoming free to play now. A lot of people don't want to pay that much, being with the price cuts too, pun intended, for the games as well. These free players are killing the console, or Joe's new console right now. Now, I got more than half of the 240 games I just mentioned in my first video, obviously. More than half of those were free, but the rest of them I paid for the price cuts. Including the one I just got from yesterday, the crew, too. But anyways, Games I know John be able to play because he plays all the studio, most of all, but the first person and third persons. But anyways, like I said, they don't have the first parties. I know Joe's gonna blame and Apple and Sony's gonna blame Microsoft, me and John, and me having both consoles, obviously, because the inflation of the price for the PS5 Pro is too much, and they're gonna blame me and John because they're inflating the Game Pass Ultimate and the other membership, and they're inflating the console generation. So that's the whole point, because the enthusiasts, if you know what that word enthusiasts. But anyways, I know Joe's gonna blame me and John, and Apple's gonna, but you forgetting Microsoft saved Apple's ass from being out of the phone industry. Cause Apple was bankrupt. I bet you didn't know that other than me, Joseph. Yeah, iPhone 16, but for what though? Almost $1,500 for a phone? What? Especially for iPhone 16 kick rocks, man. Bite me, man. Bite me, man. I'm sorry. I'm not paying no $1,500 for no phone. I don't give a damn if it has all the space in the world right now on that phone. I'm not paying no. I know I'm not paying $1,500 for no phone. Well, that's just the new Android. But anyways, or in intervals. But anyways, so like I said, you got no games, Joe, to play pretty much. You're down to the games you're obviously playing, and you need to ball the other studios. Yes, I need to ball my studios up. I played 15 of those studios. I even played some of the RPGs that I never played before, and I was able to actually finish them or get these achievements on Microsoft, which was good for me because I'd be able to earn these trophies on Sony. But anyways, still debating if I get PS4 and Nintendo. So I'm still debating on which one is the frugal price for us. I'm doing price comparison. I'm doing research or which console I should get. Should I get Nintendo Switch or PS4? I'm debating. I'm still debating on that. So go with me here. Go with me. Just be patient about that. I'm doing research on that. But anyways, as far as the price comparison for PS4 and Nintendo Switch, I'm trying to debate which one is more frugal, Nintendo Switch or PS4. I'm debating, guys. But I told you, Monty, if I don't get PS4, that's fine. Because I have Nintendo Switch to play on. If that's the case, Nintendo Switch to play on. If that's the case, and I could get all those games for the price cuts and just finish those that way. But anyways, I'm still debating if I get the PS4. I'm still debating because they did shut down the units in 2021, most recently, which was 3 years ago. But anyways, so like I said, and your console control is almost $200 now. It's $195 now. I know you're gonna say. I know Joe's gonna say that's more. That's could be to get a third controller because the girl said no, it's not. $200 for a controller. Kiss my behind on that. Kiss my behind on that. Anyways, had to keep it clean, obviously. But anyways, I'm just gonna pay $200 for the controller. Unless it's the next level arcade fighting turbo, unless it's the arcade fighting turbo pad, then it's different. Then that's the reason why you would pay $200 for it. But anyways,
Excuse me.
but anyways, like I said, and I know Joe would defend PS5 because he said PS5 is a superior console. PS5 has every exclusive. And you say you can't really say that if they don't have the first one. You don't play the SIEs like me and John do. I have more than half the SIEs in my collection of games, pretty much. John plays SIE. I play SIE, and one of them is a first person. But anyways, I got every game you don't play. And I don't know why you don't play because it defies the new era, which kind of defies space and retro. Which is funny because you don't want to go for play the other games, but the ones you're dominant and say, well, that's one dimensional, boy, one dimensional. And then you have to know to criticize me and John when we was dominant in games and finishing games, being dominant in games and being historically dominant in games. We were honestly dominant for the past decade because we were doing fantasy games and being dominant in games way ahead of your time and in our peak years. The other to complain about no games there. As I told you, the first part is on Microsoft. I told you this. I've been telling you in all my videos, including the two I just made today. They don't have the first parties. Microsoft owns them now. And Microsoft about to own Final Fantasy now. And the Capcom games. So John be able to play those free. He don't have to pay a dime. Neither do I. I just had to pay for the membership, both memberships on both consoles. But anyways, either PS4 and Nintendo. So I'm still debating on that because I'm still doing my research as far as getting that PS4 off the app and then the ad that was going to get it off, obviously, or Nintendo Switch off of eBay. I was going to get that off of eBay because I found it for a frugal price. It's almost $60 or $70 for the Nintendo Switch. Might get that because that's the original price. Finally came up in my budget about freaking time. But anyways, at the 20-minute mark, guys. But anyways, I stopped at 23 or 24. But anyways, from a hardcore games perspective, when you have two consoles, you can brag. John has how many consoles in this house? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not Queen's Arcade 1, so you add that up, he has almost 22 consoles in his house. I only have two. And I'm grateful to have two. It's hard to get 20 consoles. You have to be dedicated to get 20 consoles like John, especially when you got them months or years after, you know? So anyways, I told Joseph, they don't have the first parties. I told you this. And the only way you're going to be able to play the first party, you got to have Microsoft. Give Microsoft a chance, man. Damn, man. Damn, man. And the only reason why he probably give Microsoft a chance because he was complaining about the controller. Especially in fighting games, said, well, that's the one to buy a different controller. You can buy that. It's $60 or $70 depending on what controller color that controller is and the studio that controller is. But anyways, so like I said, we need to talk to Cousin Ken about these consoles right now. And I'll talk about that in the next video, then talk about the work industry in the video after next. But anyways, I talked about part of it in this video. I was about to talk about the rest of it in my next video. After I talk about the console ones in the video before that, and then video after I talk about the sport ones and the work wars after that. But anyways, like I said, they don't got the first parties. They rely on second parties, third parties, retro games, shoot 'em ups, beat 'em ups, the fighting games, the traditionals, the sport games, the first person count, Borderlands as well, the wrestling games, the USC games, the Battlefield games, and Sony might not have Grand Theft Auto 6 now. Grand Theft Auto 6 might be on Microsoft now because Microsoft might take the rights from Rockstar, like the King David said on Xbox Frontline just said they might take over the Rockstar studio files Grand Theft Auto 6, and if they do that, that's a right. So they don't got nothing. This shit other than the retros, the indies, the shoot 'em ups, the beat 'em ups, the fighting games, the second parties, the third parties, the SIE games, count those the second part and third part in that category. But anyways, and also the other retros that you obviously never played before. And even if you do get the last call, then you need the storage, man. How many times I tell you, get the freaking hard drive, man. Come on. If you was able to pay $200 for a controller, which you pretty much just did, you should have the money to pay for a hard drive. You did that for the PS4 that you had most of it before you get out of John before John jailbreak that. But anyways, you should have got the piece then. You would have had the space to install all the other calls and couldn't want to not going to be on Sony and want to go be on Microsoft now. And I get them free now. I'll be able to play those right away and play them on Sony or Nintendo Switch because Call is on Nintendo Switch as well. So anyway, I know it's going to be big on Nintendo Switch. But anyway, I'm debating should I get PS4 until I'm still debating on that. I'm doing my research right now as we speak. Should I get PS4 back? That's what doing, or just get Nintendo Switch and just be happy about that because it was for the frugal price and almost the exact same price as PS4 for as the frugal price. But anyways, I'm still debating doing my research on that. I've still been doing my research on that for the past couple of weeks. But anyways, and if I don't get Sony back, it's okay, guys. I got Nintendo Switch still right now. I'll show you what the Nintendo Switch was like. I'll show you that once I get that in the coming month or so, or PS4, whatever one I get. But I'm still debating because that console is over a decade old on PS4. But anyways. So like I said, I told Joseph, if you want these games, if you want to save PS5, you need to you need to have the reliable sources, the sources that I actually have. The source I had, Dirk Gregory, shout out to him as well. That's my friend with the King David as well. Shout out to him as well. Gaming Addict, all my sources, even Demo 4 Gaming, even Doodle, See Money. Those are all my sources I watch because they talk about what's going on with Sony and they also talk about the work industry as a whole too. The work industry, they already know the work industry is changing too. I'll talk about that in the next video. But anyways, and I talk about the next console war video, and this will be my third video after that. But the fourth one and the fifth one we'll talk about the sport ones and the work wars at it. But anyways, like I said, man, you don't got the first parties. I told Joe that we all told Joe this. Sony is in turmoil. Jim Ryan is gone. I forced them out. You need to call out Sony for it and stop defending Sony when it comes to these inflation prices. Because this inflation is some bullshit. It is. It is. Even when it comes to groceries, pun intended, I'm spending that much on groceries. And I should not be spending that much even for the things I obviously get. But anyways, Cause I know Joe's gonna bring up the exclusive BS, and so you can't say. And just to let you know, Call of Duty is getting past Ultimate exclusive now, and it's day and date. So you don't have no first parties to play. You don't have no first person to play, and you don't buy the games. I got them on, and I got them on all my pay stubs, saying I've been buying the game. I got the proof right there. So you can't say haven't been buying the games for you. I have. You don't play them. Again, you don't learn. Like Santa said, I'll say what she said. I'll say it again. I know doing my rounds around this bill is longer than anticipated. But anyways, if it wasn't for Kyle, John, and Santi, as far as you get what Santi said, if it wasn't for Kyle, John, and your mom getting you these games physically or digitally, you would have had nothing to play, nothing. And you know why? Because you don't involve you don't involve studio, then you have the nerve to bash me and John when we always are right, 100% right or 110% right, as they say. And then when we prove our truth, and then we say we want to say, you don't like that. So you want us to lie? So you want us to lie? That's not going to happen, bro. When it comes to these console wars either. We're not sugarcoating it. This is a different era we're in now. The game industry has changed. The work industry is changing as a whole, man. And we told you. You got to stop living in the past. This is not 2014 no more, bro. This is 2024 now. You're almost 25 years old. I was that age in 2019. Them good like green jackets. Yeah. And you never get so terrifying. Because your peak years were wasted in games you didn't want to play. And you know why. And then you have the nerve to bash me and John. You have the nerve to bash your mom. The person that got you on this earth. She's been the one been saving your ass from a lot of situations. Even me too. Even John been saving your ass from the count of certain situations. And this is straight up fact. This is not a fair fight. You put us through hell and back. And what did we get for? Not a damn thing from you. It's just what it is, man. And this on this green earth right now, we have food in our mouth, shelter over your head, clothes on your back, shelter over your head, food in your mouth, clothes on your back, shelter over your head, and a silver spoon in our mouth. Never wanted for nothing either. I've been living my best life right now since I've been with my best life since now. I've obviously changed better than you think, Joe. I'm telling you, man. Be grateful that you got a lot of stuff in this earth because nothing that's given is earned. You have to earn this stuff. You can't demand, man. Come on. And the least you can do is ask if you don't get it right away. You're almost 25, going on 26, not exactly 26, but you won't be 26 until next year, next November. You're almost 25. I was the age in 2019 when I was doing with family, man. My aunt had to save my ass dealing with my mom. Even when I was gaming too, pun intended. Got me back to doing what I was doing, enjoying myself, even making my videos in peace while being distracted by family members, narcissistic family members. I know this bill's wrong. I'm supposed to stop it at 25, but it's at 30. It's okay. But like I said, man, be grateful you're on this earth. You only got one life to live. Even the kind of gaming, pun intended, you need to evolve your other studios, man. Come on. You can't demand, because that demand's going to get you hurt by somebody one day. It don't have to be us either. I'm telling you facts, not opinions, and not ask for that opinion, and I hate when you do that. If air and earth right now, You need to be grateful you got the games you got. Even through me, John, and Lisa as well. We need to talk about this right now. I mean, right absolutely now. This is getting way out of hand, Joe. I know this video is longer than this was 30 minutes. But anyways, I was supposed to stop it at 20, but it's okay. We need to talk about this, Joe, right now. The game industry is changing. The work industry is changing. The sport wars is changing as we know it. This is not good, man. That you've been avoiding me and John. They have the nerve to bash me, bash John, bash your mom when it comes to certain things. Because I'll be telling you this crap for your own good. Like, come on, Joe. You gotta think. You gotta do better, man. Do better. What you think your mom has been telling me even when I was doing what I was doing in 2019 now? Look how far I've gotten now. The return to glory still reigns in golf. Still right. I was your age in 2019. Bree was that age in 2022. I've been through hell and back, and I'm not going down that path again. You know, I defy heaven and hell of royalty right now. But anyways, you be grateful for what you got, because once you have it, it's yours for life. Like, come on, man. You can't keep defending PS5. I know this video was longer than anticipated, but you can't keep defending PS5 from a hardcore gamer's perspective. If I have Nintendo Switch, but I'm still debating if I get PS4 until I'm still debating. Because I've been doing price comparisons on the PS4, all this other app, and I've been doing the Nintendo Switch comparisons, saying, Nintendo Switch is in more of my budget because obviously the price is frugal. Indeed. But anyways, still electrifying. But anyways, I almost died multiple times, man. Died multiple times, even in mental hospitals, man. Like, come on. Your mom was concerned that day. Even concerned. Even when I got into that fight, she was concerned because she almost made the trip there to even take me from y'all Pam's house. She almost made that desperate move. That your Aunt Pam ruined that chance. And who saved the day? My aunt. Your mom. Who kept me from dealing with her mom. It was obviously envious of me, even though she said I was like my mom's, and I said I don't see how. But anyways, that's another story for another time. But anyways, who saved me from dealing with me losing my money from my mom, or most likely my aunt's mom, and your mom, your aunt, my aunt, who was there for me since 2010 and now, Amisa and John, who raised me to be a better person, Amisa and John. Not to be funny or anything, Joseph. You need to do better. Do better on Sony. If you lose, you lose in Naruto. That's what happens when you play a rage quitting fighting game. I would know. This is not fair what you're doing right now. You're living a low profile right now. Yeah, right. I know this bill's longer than anticipated, but anyways, you can't demand the games we don't buy them. I've been buying them. And I say that I know this bill's longer than anticipated. I know this bill's longer. I've been buying the games. I got them on all my pay stubs. I've been buying them for me and John to finish. You haven't played any of the games I got since the game I got in May and the one I just got from yesterday. But anyways, I'm debating if I get PS4. I'm really debating right now because I'm trying to do price comparison while overpaying. But anyways, I know this bill's longer than anticipated. But anyways, I'm debating if I get a PS4 back, so be patient. If I don't get that back, that's fine. Then I get Nintendo Switch. But anyways, we need to talk to Cousin Ken about this right now. The game industry is changing. The work industry, I'll talk about that in my I'll talk about the console wars in my third bit, and I'll talk about the work industry in my fourth bit, and I'll talk about sport wars in my fifth, and then in the console wars in the sixth. I make 6 videos today. So I made 6 videos. This is my second one. But anyways, this one's longer than anticipated than the other one. This is what I'm telling Joseph, man. We need to talk about this right now. You can't defend Sony what Sony is doing. Because Sony is manipulating the situations right now. And I just figured out too when they made that PS5 Pro, now it's coming out November 7th. They're manipulating Sony. They're manipulating the consumers. That's genius, but it's not genius. Okay? This is not what you're doing, folks, but you don't want to grind in Call of Duty. And I already know why you don't want to do that. It's because of competition. And Yamato, you was too competitive in certain things, and I understand that. But in sport games, any game that we play, you have to respect that player because the player knows the game better than you. And this is from all cities worldwide. Even cities that I know about, including Europe. The three races that also fight: Egyptian, Asian, Native American, and Asian. But anyways, on the Honda, but anyways. Do better, Sony. Do better, Apple. And I'm saying this to Joseph firsthand. Do better. If you want to beat John Capcom, you have to put it in the work. Because what Tycho said with me, I was like, what's the point of putting in the work? You're not going to put in the effort at all. Think about that memory I just said for right there for a second. That lets you know you're not on the level of John. John knows the game too well. Especially the games he obviously played, including Final Fantasy. He probably had all those players in Final Fantasy. I'm almost sure of it. Why? Because he puts in the hours. And he had the nerve to bash John. Bash your mom. Bash me. You barely even... Well, you bash us three. Because we're the ones that tell you what's good and what's not good not to do. Okay, guys, I hate the video right there. But like I was saying, make y'all add me on PSN. Add me on Facebook. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on TikTok. Win Queen 4. Add me on PSN. Expert Glory 2. Furry Kingdom. Masugai Hishi 4. Chomi Hishi. Super Nintendo 64. My in-game retro account as well. I'm still debating if I get Sony back. So be patient. I'm still debating because I'm doing price comparisons. So be with me here on this. Be patient on this. I'm trying to debate. Should I get Nintendo Switch or PS4? But anyways, my second console or last console. But anyways, make sure you follow me on Instagram. That'll be Legend 2. Kyle Hudson, my merged Meta and Instagram one. Kachiganami, that'll be Legend 2. Show me one, Kyle Hudson on that one. My whole main is on Facebook. Make sure you add me on Facebook and follow me on Facebook as well. I make videos, I'll be making another video like this. This one was longer than anticipated, but anyways. Make sure you follow me on excuse me, I burped, obviously. Make sure you add me on Unsponsed, Hutch Unsponsed, Way 66, and FF48. I have multiple Microsoft accounts as well. Make sure you follow me on Twitch. I'll find my Twitch account, Jiggy Hutch, Retro Hutch. Women Hut, Furry Kingdom, Yugi Hutch, Raven McKell Rolf, Yugi Hutch, and that's by Sony. I'll find my Twitch accounts and Retro Hutch and Yugi Hutch. But anyways, if I don't get back on Sony, guys, it's okay. I got Nintendo Switch. That's what matters because I'm still doing personal. I've been doing my research for the past couple of weeks as well. But in the next video, we'll talk about the console. Continue talking about the console. That's my third video talking about the console wars. The next video we'll talk about the work wars, and then my fifth video we'll talk about my daily life, what I had to go through over the years. I talked about part of that in this video as well, as you can see, obviously. The sixth video talk about my daily life as well, and then the next couple videos I had to talk about the console and sport and everything else. But yeah.